Amen. What to do, and so at least you know about the company. Okay, we are into training and trading, right? Training in the sense that we help people, we teach people how to make money from the forex markets. Can you hear me? All right. We teach people how to make money from the forex markets, right? We have some students already, and I think this is our second batch of students, right? So we did our 3 years anniversary. So we now decided to give you guys the opportunity to come and learn for free. Okay? Yes, it's a life-changing opportunity because Steve Sojourn is very good. When he comes here, you listen to him talk. He's very brief, right? But his mind is like, you like him. That is true. So it's okay, let's use the opportunity and bless people. Also know how wonderful our country is. Understand? Our certificates doesn't work for us anymore. So you need to finish school and still go back to the labor markets. Then use your brain and do whatever you think you can do. Alright? So that is it. So we'll do training and we'll trade for people too. So this is the brief, story about City Forex. Okay, so we are good. We are good. Okay. If Sojourn taught me how to trade, so for some years back, like, even without the company, yes, he taught me, he's my friend. So he taught me before the company started, and okay, join here, do this. Most times I'm always in the trading room. Sit down there, look at the chart. We have our room there, inside here, and I will trade. So we sit down, we trade. Want to take money trades, you have to depend on your program. But to spot opportunities, like you don't rush trades. Alright, so that is it. But one very important thing is, people look at, for instance, the peace soldier of a person. It started from somewhere, right? Yes. It started from somewhere, like a place. It's a human being like you. Nobody is perfect. You can't wake up today and become the best. You must fail. If you see him talk now, you'll be like, this guy, they get better to you and talk. Understand? But it's not always like that. Okay? There was a time he was learning to talk, how to talk to people and the whole stuff, right? But now he's an expert. If you touch him now, he will say plenty things to you at a time. Understand? So, anybody can get to that stage, right? Like just about consistency, right? And most of us, we are always scared. We don't want to take the new challenge. Okay? But I was listening to a video. Okay, I was watching a video today. Was it today or last night? I think last night. So the man was talking of one great man in US then. They were like, okay, this man, when is going back from school, there's always the neighborhood. There's always one dog there that goes to chase him. Every time the dog will chase him. Every time the dog will be like, this dog, like, they send him. Understand? So that very day he was coming and he said, okay, today I will know what is in this dog. Only for him to get close to the dog and find out that the dog doesn't have teeth. So he has to chase the dog. Understand? So what kind of nonsense is this? Like, I'm running away from you, not knowing that you don't even have common teeth. Okay, that's one thing with our own fears. We are always scared of nothing. Understand? We can do anything we want to do. We can actually do anything we want to do if we put our time and energy to it. Right? If you're serious, you can achieve anything you want to achieve. Like this forest that you guys will learn today is hard, but it's very simple. It depends on how you want to look at it. It's very hard. It's very simple. Okay? When we were in school those days, year 1, year 2 students will be like, when you enter year 2, you go suffer. I think this year 1 stuff. You still get to year 2. The 3 students will be telling you, their own is the toughest. You'll be scared. You get to year 3. Final year, you say, oh boy, that's where the issue is. You cannot pass from this school. You must suffer. You must do this. You get to final year, you still finish and come out. Nothing happens. It's not the same thing. Just different orientations. Understand? So that's how this thing is. This Forex is as simple as ABC. It is. Especially when you're learning from Pip Surgeon. If you're learning from Pip Surgeon, then you find out that it's simple. You break it down from the scratch. And he's going to give you guys a simple strategy.
You know, there are two things that are being committed here, money and time, right? And I said that money is good, but time is more important. Okay? So you're putting in time to be here today. And I just want to assure you that in the best way I can, these things will not go in vain. Okay? Because I said that money, you can get back money, but time, you can't get back time. So I have to make sure that this meeting is worth the money and also worth the time. Okay? Yeah, so really, how many of you have had any experience with Forex trading before now? You have traded a live account before now? A live account. Okay. Accounts before now. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to assure you that what you're going to get today is going to be a paradigm shift. It's something that's going to stop you completely from blowing any account. Okay, because the truth is that why you blow accounts or why you might blow an account is because you do not have enough information to trade correctly. Okay? And I'm going to do my best to give you all the information that you need to succeed. Okay? So I need you to be expectant. Right? Be expectant. I'm going to do justice to... Okay, there are many of them, especially in this industry, okay, that you need to understand, because I believe that the goal of most of us is this unending quest for financial stability. Is it not? Yes, for financial freedom. Okay, and I was telling them yesterday, I said that, you know, you cannot even think about financial freedom if you don't know what it means. Some of us don't know what it means to be financially free. Okay? And then, to begin with, how can money be made? How can money be made? Why will I pay a cleaner 10,000 naira? Cleaner is 40 years old, I pay her 10,000 naira. And then, the secretary is 40 years old, and I pay her 100,000 naira. Why the difference? It's the value. What you bring to the marketplace is what you get paid for. It is what you offer the market that you get paid for. That's the way it is. If you put more value on the table, you get more money. Ngozi Okonjo Iweala, she gets more money because she's what? She has a lot of value that she brings forth. Is it not? America has gone for that lady as, you know, the best economist in the world. They fail to make you understand the truth about this market. Forex is a market. Forex is the same thing you do in your own businesses. It's just that our own, we use our phone and computer. That's all. That's the only difference. If you open a restaurant or a shopping mall or a supermarket and you fill it up with goods worth, let's say, 5 million, do you expect to make 5 million at the end of each month? No. If you want to trade Forex, you put in some money in your trading account, you don't expect to double it by the end of the month. Because that happens to be the mindset of most of us. You put in this capital, you learn the skill, you start to trade, you want to make some profit around 10-20%, is it not? A supermarket that is doing very well can produce around 10-20% every month. Are you aware? You pay your workers and then you keep going. You buy goods, you fill up, and then you continue. there is something called time perspective. You look at a graduate, somebody who finishes a university, has studied for 4 to 6 years. This person finishes, gets a degree, but it does not guarantee financial freedom. Am I right? Because some of you come to the Forex market and you want your financial life to change overnight. It is wrong. We agree that in a space of about 3 months, you can learn all the things that you need to know, depending on your speed, and then start to trade. Because people have laid down these rules for you. You just need to read them or watch them and then practice it and then start to execute. So you don't need as much as 6 years. But it will take time. Because it's a skill. It's as good as learning to make maybe hair or, hairdressing or mechanic. Or you will learn it for some time, is it not? That's a skill. So when you become a good mechanic, what's it called? Dr. Benkazi says, master the details of your work, for therein lies your success. If you know how to fix a car very well, as a mechanic, you get more money, is it not? So, making more money is a cause and effect thing. You got to increase your value to make more money. If you don't add value to if you don't add skills, if you keep doing what you're doing, you keep getting what you're getting. Are you aware? Some of you think you have 15 years experience. You don't. You have just maybe 1 year experience multiplied into 15. You just kept on doing the same thing over and over. That's why you're in a cycle. The moment you go to something or somewhere where you can add a skill to what you already have, your bank balance will change. You have to understand that part. It's your skill that determines what you make. You cannot compare yourself to somebody who has erected a hotel in this town when you are just maybe coming out of school. This person has built something. He's bringing something to the market, a place for people to stay, and they pay him. Is it not? See what financial freedom is. You go to get a job. That's where you start from. You need something that gives you consistent income, is it not? You need something that gives you consistent income. When I say consistent, something you can rely on. Something that is secure, like a job or a personal business that you run that delivers a certain amount to you consistently. Is that okay? Right? Now, if you have taken care of the part where you have something like a job that pays you some money, the next thing you are supposed to do is to save some part of that money. That is the problem many of us have. We don't pay ourselves. We spend everything. So as the money comes, many of us have been making, it's easy to make money, but it's difficult to keep. Are you aware? It's difficult to keep. Many of us have handled millions of naira over the course of the years. But we have little or nothing to show for because we didn't pay ourselves. Because we didn't save part of the money. If you want financial freedom, it doesn't happen in one day. It doesn't happen in one seminar. It doesn't happen in 1 month. There are 3 ways to make money in this life. It's either you are born into a family that is rich, that is by inheritance, or is trusted to you. This is by Abraham Lincoln. 3 ways to make money. It's either you inherit it, or it's trusted to you, or lastly, it is either you work out your salvation. You work for it. Being trusted to you is maybe you win a lottery, go abroad with your family, is it not? And you get a job. It's trusted to you. You did not merit it. It just comes to you. Gamblers have this false belief that wealth can be trusted to them. So they continue to gamble and hope that one day they'll find their breakthrough. And they reach out for those money and they will never get it. Wealth can be trusted to you. Somebody can give you a phone call and say, come on, there's an opening, come and work here. Is it not? Yeah, come and work in the government house. And then you see your life changes overnight. So, but we can't rely on this kind of luck. Is it not? We have to work it out. And if you want to work it out, it will take time. That's my point. It doesn't happen overnight. Even if you want to learn a skill, it will take time for you to eventually gain grounds in that thing and have a customer base. It will take time. It takes time. Warren Buffett and the rest of them, they invested for many years. These guys are, traders and people that are now part of the world best or world richest men, right? It took time. You buy shares, you keep it for 10 years. How many of you can invest your money into something that will stay for 10 years without thinking about withdrawing? It takes time. It takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. If you have been planning for financial freedom from 5 years ago, by now you would have gained financial freedom. If you have been planning for financial freedom from 10 years ago, by now you would have gained it. Now, you are the result of your past decisions. Are you aware? Add it up together. That's what you are sitting down right here now. If you continue to do it for the next 5 years, you will still remain the way you are. That's the way it works. There's no two ways about it. It's not even, I know some of us are really spiritual, but that's the way it is in life. Life will give you not what you want, right? It's what you deserve. It's not what you desire. It's what you deserve that it will pay you. It's important for us to understand these concepts. If you want to gain financial freedom, you need a consistent source of income. You need something that adds money. If you work a job or you do a business and you have around, let's say, income of 100,000 in a month, you save 20,000 or 10,000. Keep it somewhere. Do that for some years. You have some money sitting somewhere, is it not? You have some money sitting somewhere, depending on your income. I'm giving you now the flow to financial freedom. There's no shortcut. There's no shortcut. Send him something to me as a text. There's no shortcut. Now, when you have gathered this money for some years, the next thing to do is to play Monopoly. How many of you know Monopoly? You play Monopoly. 3 greenhouses, and then you sell them, and then you get a rare big hotel. That's financial freedom. That money you have saved up, you go into assets. Asset, guys. You cannot gain financial freedom without first understanding financial assets and asset class. Some of you have no knowledge about financial markets. And I'm sure that many of you here have gone into investments in this financial market without even understanding what financial market means. You cannot rely on your own intelligence to make financial decisions. You might know chemistry and know biology. It doesn't translate to financial intelligence. You can't rely on your knowledge. By the end of this session today, I can assure you that you will not fall prey to any form of investment scheme or anything they put out there that is fake. Except you're adamant. You know what is realistic. And then if you go further, you can learn how to do it by yourself. You get proper knowledge of the financial market, and then you start to deal with the financial market and products by yourself. You don't have to give anybody money to trade for you, really. Okay? So, I have a couple of slides I'm going to share with you. But just so in case you're taking notes, when you have gathered this money, you buy something. Buy something. Even if it's a small shop, go to Balogu, buy a shop and put it on rentage. Is it not? Buy a shop. You can't buy a flat. Start somewhere. You have to go into assets. You want to make money. You have to go into something that is an asset class. Properties will forever be assets. They will never depreciate. Are you aware? Buy a flat. Put it on rentage. Before you know it, you have 2 flats. Are you aware? Before you know it, you have a building. That's where financial freedom comes to. Property. You buy a building, you sit down, and because what is financial freedom? Financial freedom, the definition of financial freedom is to be wealthy. And wealth means that you can, how long do you, I told you when I started that time is more important than money. Wealth is measured in time. Wealth is how long can you stay without working? How long can you exist and live your life optimally without working? That's what it means to be wealthy. Do you understand what I just said? If you can stay for 10 years without going out of your house to chase any job, that is, you are 10 years wealthy. Do you understand that now? Wealth is not measured in how much is in your account. Wealth is measured in time. If you have a property that fetches you around 15, 10, or 5 million in a year, and your expenses in a year is 1 million, you're wealthy, is it not? Is it not? Yes. That's financial freedom. But you have to start somewhere. Nobody will just wake up and say, take this property and have it. You got to keep part of what you make now. Wherever you are here and now, that's your own beginning. Stop fantasizing over things that are not realistic. Whatever business you are doing now is your current source for financial freedom. You might think it's too little, but it is not. These informations are the information is very important. And it's easy for me to just go straight in and start to tell you how Forex can be traded. And then you go back and continue your cycle. If that's the only message you're taking home today, let it be that you understand your path. And then what I'm going to do for you is to help you to fine-tune it and to give you better structure for asset classes that can help you to move faster so that you don't have to work or rely on your own job alone to gather money to gain financial freedom. Okay? I have a couple of slides to share with you. My name is a speculator. And then a speculator is someone who is willing to take some level of risk for some future profit. That's a speculator. And there are different types of speculators. Retail traders are speculators. You and me. Alright? Some banks are speculators. Okay? You have prop firms. You have market makers, dynamic traders. All these people are called speculators. If you take any form of risk, or you buy or sell risky products, hoping to make some profit, you are a speculator. Okay? So you do not necessarily need a certificate to be a speculator. Is that okay? Alright. Okay, this is just a disclaimer that don't just say because I said one thing or the other, you go and buy, and then you come and tell me tomorrow that I said that. It'll take around 4 months for you to travel to China, buy the goods, come back, right, and sell. You buy the goods, you ship them, you come back, you clear it, and then put it in the warehouse and sell it. It will take around 3 to 4 months. Is it not? And then do you know how much they make? Do you think they will make 100 million? They make around 4 million naira as profit. After 3 months, if you look at that, you see that what they are making is around how much? Around 40% in how many months? In 4 months. Just call it 10% in a month. Is it not? That is what is realistic. Forex is business, real business, but electronic. Do you understand? Forex is business. You don't have to travel to China. You don't have to ship any goods. You don't have to call your customers to buy. You don't have to rent a warehouse. You don't need anything. Just your phone. Only. And then capital. You need capital. If you don't get capital to trade, you will throw away the small one. What I'm saying is like somebody that have 100,000 and is looking for where to put it so that it will become 300,000. You will lose the 100,000. Is it not? Is it not? You will lose the 100,000. You need money. Even in this market, you need money. What makes people throw away their money as traders is that usually they will just have a small account, maybe $100 or $200 in a trading account. And then they start to trade. And their need, what they need is, let's say, $500 in a month. And their account is having $100. And then because somebody said in YouTube that he can see how he made $10,000 in one trade. And then what do? You go and carry $100 and do that same thing. So that you make $10,000. You throw your $100 away. And then you go back and say Forex is not working. Forex is business. If you want to make money, you need to put money in the trading account and trade right. In the course of this seminar, I'm going to also tell you where to find trading capital. You just need a little money to pay a subscription fee. They give you the trading capital. Those of you who eventually go far with us, I teach you how you can start to trade with the banks. How I became a trader, in fact, how we got here is, Zenith Bank. Okay, they called me, of course they saw my track record, and then called me for an interview. Okay, so I went there and I had the interview, and after the interview, of course I started trading with them. Okay, and then when you start to trade institutionally, you begin to understand that everything, most, if not 100% of retail traders do is not right. That's why they cannot make money consistently. All the money you deposit in your bank is traded with. Are you aware? Even if it's not traded with, it's given out as loan. Are you aware? Even if it's not given out as loan, it is invested in real estate. Are you aware? The money doesn't sit down anywhere at any point. The only thing that sits down is the cash that they make available for you when you want to liquidate. All your money is running in the financial market. So I'm going to introduce you to the financial market. Who can tell me what financial market means? These are all the things that we're going to cover, all of this, right? Okay, by the way, in an average, it's a range. You know that I cannot go below this percent, and I usually don't go above this percent. That's your expectancy. Now, when you have gotten that expectancy, you now know how much you need to deposit. If you look at Google and ask Google how much a Forex trader can make in a month, they'll tell you 20% because the market is very liquid and you can make that much. You can make even more. Are you aware? From Forex. Hey, there's money in Forex. There's money in Forex. If you get good enough to the point where you can use the leverage, you can literally flip your account in less than 1 week. I can flip an account in one trading session. When I say flip, I can double an account in one trading session. Meaning if you put 100,000 in an account and I want to flip it, I can flip it in just New York session. I would change that 100,000 in your account to 200,000. But do you see that the problem with it is consistency? If you want to take care of your family, you want to pay your children's school fees, you want to fuel your car every day, you want to feed everybody in your house, you want to pay your rent, you can't rely on luck. Is it not? You can't. You need something that is consistent. That is why we do not advise that you flip an account. Because that thing that made you flip an account on a good day, on a bad day, you will lose all 100,000. Do you understand how it works now? We are traders and not gamblers. A gambler can decide to do that, but we can't. We want it to be consistent. I want to leave my house every day to my working place. Do you know Wall Street? How many of you know Wall Street? It's the longest street there in New York. From the beginning to the end, what you have are traders. They wake up and wear their suit and go to work every day to trade this market. They have tall buildings and they pay their rent. It's consistent. If you start to take enormous risk, that's when you throw your money away. But if you do it the right way, you will make money every month. It's consistent. All you just need to do is to learn the skill. I told you before we started, I said, if you learn the skill, you get the skill. Once you get the skill, don't worry about capital. Don't worry about capital. Just know in your heart that if I have this capital, I can generate these profits. Banks will rush you. As I'm talking to you now, I trade for so many banks here in this town and in Port Harcourt. Once they know, you're not working directly with the bank, is that right? You're working with the managers of the bank. Once they know that you're a good trader, become their friends. Don't worry about capital. Even if you can't secure a space with a bank, there's something we call the prop firm. A prop firm is readily available. You don't even need to go to their office or anything. Just sign up with them online, pay some subscription fee, they give you money to trade with. At the end of the month, you share the profit you make. All they need is your expertise. They are prop firms. They are speculators. Yes, they are speculators. They are prop firms. Right? But these prop firms look out for traders that are good. And then they allow you to trade real money. They give you access to the account. They can't give you the money. Even in City Forex, we give money, but we don't give you the money. Yeah, we give as much as at least $10,000. So if you are here, you have a good track record, you are a good trader, you have a 6 months track record, you can work with City Forex. Yeah. And then we give you access to the account. Yeah, of course. So not actually depositing the money in your account, because we're not going to see you again. Right, so you get access, and then you start to do the trading. And I want to tell you something, we do not need you to be disciplined. Because we don't allow you to use the leverage. So we have robots and algos that control the lot size that you use. So we have something that disconnects your account if you lose more than 3% in a day. When I trade, I use around 0.5%, 0.75% per trade. Okay? So those of you who will hone this skill and become very good traders, there is money to trade. Just learn to trade first. Just learn. The person who asks how much he's going to need for capital, if you want your own personal capital, it's going to depend on your expectancy and maybe your need. If you want to run your family and you need around maybe 500,000 every week or every month, Somebody who is needing 500,000 in a month, you need a business or a capital where if you make your 20%, right, it will be up to 500,000, is it not? That's why there is no single answer for that. If a broker invites you, a broker will tell you to put $100 in an account and he will give you leverage. He does that because he knows you're going to use the leverage and throw your money away. Are you hearing me? If a broker good traders don't use leverage. Institutions don't use leverage. Are you aware? It is amateurs and retail traders that use leverage. It's better to have enough capital and trade right than to rely on leverage. Leverage is something that allows you to buy more. For somebody that have $100 and can take $100 to $1,000 in a trading session is leverage. Do you understand now? Leverage is 1:500 or 1:100. It turns your 1,000 for some brokers. It turns your $100 to $50,000 and makes you start to trade as if you have $50,000. So if the market goes in your favor, you make a lot of money because you are assumed to have $50,000 capital. But if the market goes against you, that money that you put as your margin, which is your real $100, will be wiped out. Are you getting the picture now? You don't use leverage. You can't use leverage. Leverage will ruin you. Don't use leverage. Before you use leverage, you have stayed in this market for like 2-3 years. At that time, you know that you have designed a system and structure that allows you to define a win rate that is exceptionally good. If not, you will throw your capital away. If you pursue high profits, you will throw your capital away. So how much capital you need to start depends on how much you need and what percentage you can make. If you look to double accounts, you will blow the account. If you doubt me, go home and try it. Because people will tell you, use this. If they give you a trading strategy is just an edge. I'm going to teach you next week edge. You have a coin, you flip a coin. Edge that strategy is something that adds weight to one side of the coin. So that when you flip it, it will come out in your favor more than against you. Do you understand? Do you understand what I just said? If I have a coin, every coin is weighted equally on both sides. Every coin, regardless of the coin. Pound, sterling, yen, naira, kobo, any coin. If I flip it, there's a 50-50 chance that any of the sides will land. Is it not? Heads or tail. That's a 50-50 system. If I design a strategy, I'm designing something that allows maybe heads to show more than tail. Do you understand? Meaning I'm adding weight to one side of the coin. That's a strategy. Does it mean that the other side that I didn't add weight to will not appear sometimes? It will appear, is it not? It will. If you flip the coin, you add weight, you can now have, instead of 50-50, you can now maybe have 60-40. There's still a 40% chance that the other side will appear, is it not? Yes. Like I told you when we started, you cannot understand financial freedom or even make financial success without first knowing about these asset classes. Who can tell me what an asset class is? What's an asset class? Feel free in your own words. Tell me what do you think an asset, first of all, what's a financial market? What's a financial market? So if you don't know what these things are and you have made a financial decision, you just look at yourself. You cannot make financial decisions. It's wrong. You don't even know what the market is about. You need to know it. Can you invest your money in a business without understanding the business? Why do you do something different in this market? Why? What is an asset? Okay, what is an asset? Let me remove the financial if that's your problem. Yeah, let me hear you, young man. Your belongings and what you own. Okay, that's what an asset. Yes, that's a financial asset. Who can tell me something to be classified as a financial asset? Future value, another word, temporarily, but ultimately it will grow. Yes, I told them about Buhari. You know when he went to Borno State and he was during his campaign, right? He went there, he carried the spaghetti and asked them, how much is this spaghetti? And they told him it's 150. Then he started crying. Right? Started crying. He said, how can PDP sell one spaghetti for 150? Right? That if they vote him as president, that he's going to make one spaghetti 30 naira. And then you know this youth now, they start shouting, say Baba, say Baba, say Baba. You know? And these guys went as far as setting ablaze all the keke and bike that PDP campaign guys bought for them. The youth burnt all of them down. Thousands of tricycle and bicycle. Set it ablaze. That they are using their money to bribe them. That is say Baba, say Baba. And then what happens when Buhari comes in? Change, right? Change. Do you think it's his fault? It's not his fault. Hey, it is an asset. It is an agricultural commodity. It has an intrinsic nature of growth. Fuel can never come down. Whether anybody, if Obama likes, let him come here and become our president. Fuel will not drop. Are you aware? Hey, do you know that immediately bidding came into power after Donald Trump left, the crude started increasing. How many of you have been following the market? Crude started rising. Do you think it's his fault? It's not. Even if another government comes into power, agriculture, has Gary ever come down? Has rice ever come down? It's an agricultural product. It's an asset. It must appreciate. It's not the government. Even Buhari didn't have a knowledge of agriculture when he was saying he will make it 30 naira. Because it's not possible. Okay, so when you begin to understand all of this, you will now know where to put your money. Some of you have thousands of dollars sitting down in your accounts. You know what really got me interested in the financial market? See, I put around 10,000 naira in BTC. I went for a seminar like this. And then they talked about BTC, and then I just created the account and just put some money. I think, in school. Long time ago. After about 5 years, that 10,000 naira became 900 and something thousand naira. Close to 1 million naira. I'm not exaggerating. Because I withdrew 100,000 naira and I ate it. Because I wanted to be sure it's real money. Because I didn't have any knowledge about BTC and all these things. So, but I was seeing the money. I was seeing the money. And then I told myself, man, there's got to be something in this thing. I have to learn it. I have to understand it. So I started to learn. Started to read. Okay? BTC is a financial asset. Right here. See BTC. Cryptocurrency is hot cake now. Are you aware? It's hot cake. If you had, I got into BTC when it was around $500 and something. If you had 1,000 naira in BTC when it was $500 and something, how much is BTC today? Jesus Christ! You know how many percent increase that thing is? You might not understand it unless you have money in it. See, I'm telling you, even if your parents did not do the right thing, you have the opportunity to change it for your children and for yourselves. As long as you are still alive. It is whatever decision you take today that will determine where you'll be in 5 years, in 10 years. And whether you take the decision or not, 5 and 10 years will pass. Are you aware? Will pass. You got to take advantage of the financial markets. That's where the money is. That's where the money is. You cannot think of financial freedom without understanding the financial markets and asset classes and taking advantage of them. You have to know them and take advantage of them. I like to talk about Apple. You know when Apple started, let me show you something very simple here. This is a graph of a simple financial asset. This is Apple. 3. Where are they now? iPhone what? 12. Almost $1 million. Over 700,000 for iPhone 12. You look at a computer, you want to get a device like this, you need around $1 million, is it not? $1 million. Do you think a financial asset is going to drop? No. Do you think iPhone will get cheaper? Do you think it's going to get cheaper? Never. As long as the project is good, it will continue to appreciate. Because it's part of a financial class. It's a financial asset. If you put $10, 2009 or 2010, you put just $10 in Apple. As we speak here now, if you had put in 10, how much is $10 in 2010? If you want to invest $10 at that time, what you will need is 1,600. Am I correct? So if you have 10,600, you put in your brokerage account. In 2010, I'm not talking about now, I'm saying by 2015, you will have sitting in that brokerage account 66 million naira. If your father had bought $10 worth of Apple shares for you or for himself, as I speak to you now, you will go in that account and withdraw 432 million naira. Just 10, just 10, 1,600 naira. It's an asset class. That's the way financial freedom. Now, but do you know that 10 years is a lot? Are you aware? But you make up in time for what you lack in money. You understand? You make up in time for what you lack in resources, in money. You do not have 400 million, but you have 10 years. If after this event, you still did not take any financial decision, in 10 years, you will still not have any money. Are you aware? Yes. But $10 is little. If I tell you to make an investment and I'll pay you back in 10 years, how many of you will do it? Time perspective is important in the financial market. Patience is important, even for day traders. You've got to be patient. Warren Buffett is among the richest men in the world today. It didn't happen to him overnight. He was patient. He invested, bought all these penny stocks and shares, right? And then he waited for years, about 10 years. When BTC came out, Warren Buffett bought, we are telling you to buy $10, right? He bought $400,000. And he's not withdrawing it the next day. He's keeping it for years. That's how to make money. If you think of making money overnight, that you will lose your money. I guarantee you. If you try to do anything that makes you multiply your money very fast, that thing will also make you lose your money very fast. If you want to make money without hurting people, you need time. It will usually take time. Okay, is a financial asset. Currency is a financial asset. Is that okay? That's the Forex. It's part of the financial markets. All right? If you are a Forex trader, you can make profits. All right? Shares. I already talked about shares. Everything shares is any big company that is listed. Whether on NASDAQ or New York Stock Exchange or Nigerian Stock Exchange, is called a shares. You can go and buy some of the shares. And then you allow it to produce dividend, is it not? So it's a financial asset. And then we have indices. Indices is index, like S&P 500. S&P 500 comprises of the top 500. These are the top companies. Maybe they take like MTN, Airtel, Milo, that's Nestle. They take maybe Coke. You know, they just carry different companies like that and put them together. 500. You can invest in it, and then it will be rising gradually. Do you understand what I'm saying now? So it's not just one company like you have in the case of shares. Google, right? It's not just one company. It's a combination of many companies. They call them indices. Okay? There are many of them. Dow Jones Industrial Average. There are many of them. And then, of course, you have commodities like gold, agric. All of those are commodities. You have energy, crude. That's what I told you. Crude will never go down. I saw crude at 20. I saw crude at 40. I saw crude at 100. I saw it at 120. I saw it at 140. I saw it at 180. Today it is what? How much is petrol? I mean, you don't buy fuel. Fuel is 210. 212 became 210 per liter. It's not Buhari's fault. If you don't understand it, better understand it now. It will surely rise. If you think it's going to stop at 210, it's a lie. It will continue to rise. The only thing that's going to stop it, what makes it rise? Demand and supply, is it not? Demand and supply is what moves price. The only thing that can stop it from rising is when there is an alternative to energy. If we stop using crude. But for now, it will continue to rise. And then, of course, cryptocurrency. BTC is hot. And then I want to tell you something real quick. In BTC, if it gets to the news, it's late. The real investors have bought when nobody was talking about it. All you just need to know is that this thing is an asset and it is cheap now. Then you buy and you leave it. If people start saying, oh, BTC, 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 and then you see people jumping in and jumping in and jumping in, you're going to buy the highest price. And you'll be forced to hold it for a long time. All of these are assets. And don't get me wrong, that you qualify to be an asset does not mean that you must appreciate. Are you hearing me? If something can appreciate, it means that that thing can depreciate. Is it not? Have you not seen currencies that go invested in electronium? When it came out, it was electronium everywhere. Some people bought, and today electronium is not worth good. I'll tell you what, the opportunities in the financial market do not run out. It has something to do with any of these guys. You can't make money. And when you do, it doesn't happen overnight. Look at the people who control the nation. They have investments in oil. Is it not? Yes. These are assets. Property. They are assets. For those of you who still don't understand what we're doing, see, gold. Let's say this thing is 1 ounce of gold. Right? That's the way Forex is traded. In real life, if this is 1 ounce of gold, and you know that the price is 50,000 naira right now, it's 50,000 naira. If you want to buy some, you go to the Alaji to buy, is it not? And then let me remind you, you know our parents keep these things as assets in those days. Is it not? You go to the bank and deposit your jewelries in your name. Are you hearing me? Our parents did it. That was, you know, they say that BTC is now our own gold. That used to be their own BTC. They go and buy physical jewelries and then they put it in the bank, hoping that when it becomes more expensive, they'll go and sell. Is it not? Yes. If you know this thing is 50,000 naira, you have 1 million naira to trade with. This is 50,000 naira. Now, let us assume that something happened that made gold to come down. Let's say COVID. People are not interested in buying gold anymore. Right? People are not interested in buying gold anymore. And then the price drops, for example. Are you hearing me? Price drops drastically. When the price drops, you know, maybe it used to be 150. Now it's 50,000. You go and buy and keep it. Abi? You keep it and wait until COVID is over. And then when COVID finishes, we know that the economy will come back to normal, is it not? And then you can go back and sell that thing for 150,000 or 100,000, is it not? This thing I just said is the physical way of trading Forex. You bought this thing as 50,000, you kept it for some time, and then you come back to the Alaji when COVID finishes, right? COVID is over, you go to the Alaji and give the Alaji. Alaji will say, oh yeah, give me now. Is maybe they sell it 1 ounce now, 1 kilo is now 150,000. He will now say, okay, give me for 120. Right? You say, no. I will sell for 130 last. Is it not? Then you give him the 1 kilo and he gives you 130,000. Have you made profit? Yes. Depending on how aggressive you are, you can buy more of this. Abi? You can buy 10 pieces. Is it not? You can buy 10 pieces. And then when you appreciate, you go back and sell. That is Forex trading. The only difference is that we buy something when it's cheap. Electronically, you tell your broker, I want to buy gold. Nobody's going to transfer gold to you. That's why we call it CFD. It's called contract for difference. Nobody will give you physical gold. But there's a contract that if this gold appreciates, you come back and open your mobile app and press buy or sell rather. Your broker will sell it off and give you the 150,000. Do you understand me now? Yes. That's Forex trading. It's important that you understand this concept. Now, do you also know that COVID can finish and then we are hit by another wave of Ebola? Are you hearing me? That sends everybody back home. What happens to your gold? 50,000 becomes how much? Maybe 30,000. Are you hearing me now? You understand this market now? So you can go for a product and it will not appreciate. You got to understand this concept. We know that, okay, COVID is here. This thing has a chance of going back to the actual price or even more. But if you had that 1 million to trade with, do you buy with the entire 1 million naira? No. That's why we are different from gamblers. A trader will buy just a little part of the money. But a gambler will buy everything. A gambler goes into a gamble, he believes that all that money is gone, is it not? He knows that the money is gone. He's just waiting for the return. So when traders go in, they just go in with a little. If you have 1 million naira and you buy maybe 2 bar of gold, if it rises, you have made around 10% profit, is it not? That's what we're talking about. But if you're an aggressive trader, you buy maybe 10 pieces with your 1 million naira. If the thing goes bad, you know you will be down to $300,000 naira. Are you aware? Yes. That concept is important because the definition of a trader is a risk manager. A trader is a risk manager. And that's what I'm going to teach you. By next week, we can't do everything in 3 hours. So by next week, I'm going to teach you how to do the trading, how to use your calculator, how to set up everything, how to buy, how to sell. Is that okay? Fair enough? Yeah. All right. So let's move forward. Now let me tell you why Forex is better than the other guys. Look at in a shares, what revolves every day. Look at New York Stock Exchange. They report a daily revolution of around $25 billion. That is with stocks. That's what rotates every day. If you're a shares trader, the maximum you can make in a year is 20%. In a year. If you have $1 million in your shares account, the maximum profit you can make is 10. And the reason is obvious. If I'm a company, you cannot appreciate more than 10, 20%. Is it not? In a year. That's the maximum. The best shares trader we had was George Soros. And he made around 40% per annum. Try it, you will throw your money away. In a year. If you go to eToro, where you find all these traders, you see that what they make is around 16% per annum. If you want them to trade for you, that's what you should expect. And then what about Forex? Forex is a giant. What revolves in the Forex market every day is $6.6 trillion. Every day. If $6 trillion revolves around the world every day, can you not take $10 out of the market? Just $10. Do you know that you can affiliate yourself to a big company like Amazon and make money? Are you aware? You don't need to know Bezos. You don't need to know anybody. You can affiliate yourself to Google and maybe become a YouTuber and make money. Are you aware? That there are some people, they buy a camera and that is their business. They just create content. You click on the video, you watch an ad. It subtracts money from the vendor, is it not? They'll take money from the vendor and give you part of the money. And Google will take part of the money. Do you understand now? That is tapping from the company. This bucket is big. Are you aware? That's why you can make double of your account size. And the money will be given to you immediately. If you do the right thing, you want to be here. If you see what amount a trader can make in a month is 20% per month, not per year. Because the volume is huge. The volatility is very high. Open a Forex, a shares chart, and then compare the movement to what you have with Forex. You will see why it is easy for you to flip accounts. Market can run hundreds of pip in a day. And then one pip is worth thousands of dollars depending on your lot size and your account size. So, that's why Forex is better. And that's why we stay here. Because we want to stay where the money is. And that's what I'm going to teach you. If you can acquire this skill and work here, you will increase your bank balance. There's no two ways about it. All you need to do is to learn the right way to trade. Acquire the skill. Even if you have gray hair, as long as you're not in the ground, you can learn this thing. If you know how to use a phone to make a phone call, you can learn how to trade. All you need to do is to know when to buy and when to sell. Yeah. All right. See, doesn't rise consistently every month. Are you aware that BTC can go for 3, 4, 5, 9 months without increasing in value? Are you aware? So if somebody wants to give you 100%, because that's why it's 20 to get 40. If somebody wants to give you 100%, how is it possible? It's impossible. We are not saying that BTC cannot rise. We are saying that it cannot happen every month. Are you hearing me now? It's impossible. Even in Forex, if somebody wants to give you 100%, that person is a big liar because it's not consistent. Are you hearing me now? I don't care how good you are, because what we trade is technical analysis. You cannot guarantee, no matter how good a trader you are, make 100% consistently. I'll tell you why. If you risk more than 50%, in fact 10% of your account size per trade, you get blown out. I don't care how good you are. Because there's something we call clusters and streaks. No matter how good a system is, it's going to have a cluster of bad luck. When that happens, that person is going to blow your capital. That's why we risk little on each trade. And again, just so you know, when you want to make an investment, let it be a tripartite system, for crying out loud. I told them yesterday because they were deliberating about it, before I came in. The person says, you, to begin with, you don't give your money to anybody. The person might be your brother or your sister and might mean well. But they don't know, if they want to trade for you, give the money to the broker, have them do the trading. Do you understand what I just said? Let them provide their trading expertise and don't just give them money and go home. That is not what it means to be taking risk. Are you hearing me? That's not what it means to take risk, Because many of you will brag about being risk takers and then putting your hard-earned money in all these places and thinking that's not what it means. If a system or a company is an investment company, let them introduce you to the broker so that you are managing the funds directly from their brokerage account. In City Forex, what we give is around 15% every month. And you know what we do? We protect their capital. Now, when you invest, a brokerage account is created for you. It's a mini brokerage account. We sign you up and create that account and put that money that you have given to us into that account. Then we start to trade it. Now, it makes you to, that's why we don't have issues with SEC. We have been here. All these companies will come and go. We don't have money sitting in any local bank at any point in time. Everybody is an individual and they have money in their brokerage account. So we make our investors behave like individual retail traders. So once you come in, we create our account for you. There is something called protection. We have to adjust the protection to 80% for those of you on the growth plan. What that means is, if you have ₦1,000,000 and we move your protection to 800,000, if there is anything bad in the market, the best that or the worst that can happen is a loss of 200,000. Once that 20% is violated, the broker will send you a mail. In fact, once you register with Forex, you get a mail from the broker that says that you have created an account. Once that 20% is violated, the broker will send you a mail telling you that your manager has violated the 20% drawdown. Would you like to continue or withdraw your money? Do you understand what I just said? As a matter of fact, it's only City Forex that runs this kind of investment plan in the country, and that's why we stay here, they come and go. Don't just give your money to somebody and then go home and sleep. They will close. A lot of people come in the form of investment and they're not investing for you. Are you aware? You can start your own if you want. All you need is to just set up a good payment structure. Do a payment structure. Pay people on time. They'll say, they are paying. And then they bring money from left, right, and center. And then after a few months, you hear that there are no more. You know chemistry does not mean that you know the markets. If somebody is good, let them be a tripartite system. At the end of the month, what we usually do in City Forex is, there are months where we don't make as much as 15%. Are you aware? Are you hearing me now? We have about 16 different traders at the moment. And then once your investment comes, it is affiliated to one of the primary accounts. There's a primary account we link it to. Your account is not directly an MT4 account where you place trade. It's just a brokerage account. It's like a wallet for you with the broker. So we link your account to ours. And then this trade is done in the course of the month. We have just a 20% gap to trade with. In fact, when we work with the bank, we protect 95% because it's people's money, right? The bank will not allow you to mess with people's money. So what is protected is 95%. But then what we give back to the bank is around 5%, 4% per month. But it's a shame because they give you about 0.33%. So when you protect it, you do not ruin your capital. The money is hard-earned money. You can't expose it to the market. You can't. So let it be a deterrent. You cannot give your money to anybody to trade. Yes. That's where, like about 2 years ago in December, the volatility was extremely low because of the weather. Right? There were no traders on the trading floor. And, market wasn't moving. It was flat. Now, what we do is, there are months where we make a lot of money. If you go to Instagram, you see my 1-year track record is there. You hover over those bars, you see how many percent I made at the end of each month. Throughout COVID, I made a lot of money. What I'm trying to say is, there are months that we make a lot of money. Okay? So what we do is, the months where we do not quite make a lot of money, we augment it with the months where, we make, because we cannot call you and tell you that we didn't make up to 15% this month. Is it not? So we have to go back and augment so that we pay out the 15%. And like I say, as a matter of fact, it is only in City Forex that, we are the only open book there is in this market. Alright, so I want to tell you, I'm not even saying you should come and sign up. The reason we are gathered here is not for investment. I gather you here to teach you how to make money from this market. It's very possible. It's very, very possible. So, and then it will be bad because these guys are painting a lot of bad picture to the Forex market. They come and call themselves something Forex, trading and investment company. And then the next day you will now begin to hear that Forex is bad or something. Forex is, there is money to be made in this market. People hide under the umbrella of Forex as these guys to run a pyramid scheme. This is pure business. If you learn now, you will see what I'm saying. You got to be careful. If you walk out, if you walk your money, I mean, you spend, you sweat to make your money. You can't just give your money to somebody, and then the person comes and do something speculative for you. They might not even be trading. I've approached some of them for a merger, and you find out that they are not trading. They don't have traders, but they are paying people. It's easy. Do you know it's easy? If you pay me money, I will pay you back with your capital. Are you hearing me? And then you go and tell your friend that is working and you bring, you're robbing Peter to pay Paul. That's what is happening. It's very possible. You got to be careful. And you got to know that you cannot wake up and carry your money and give to somebody to trade for you. Go and learn how to trade by yourself. If they claim to be good traders, let them put your money in a brokerage account and then have you, and then render their expertise. Is it not? Render their expertise. Usually what the broker will do now is at the end of the month, they share the profit. So that money that you have deposited, they give you some profit and then give the person that traded for you some profit. Yeah, question. Okay. Yes. That's what I just explained. Exactly. That's what we do. The only thing is that we cannot make it tentative for investors because they won't like it. So what we do is we have a range. We know that, okay, we cannot falter below this range. As a matter of fact, there are times where, in fact, those who invest today that are part of this seminar are entitled to 23%. That's what the ad says, is it not? It's 23%. It's a one-time fee, just for the first month. But then going forward, you get back 15%. Meaning that there's a range of profit that we usually make. And then we know that, okay, what we can do is, let's use a benchmark. Something that is feasible and sustainable. So we pay you that amount, regardless of what we make. So, but at the back, what is actually happening is, we are trading that money for you from a merger. That is, your account is a secondary account. Our account is a primary account. So when we trade on the primary account, it's triggered on your own account. Yeah. Track record. No. Well, what do you mean by track record? Is it our performance? Yeah, I already told you it's there. If you go to Instagram, just go to picture_FX. Okay, no. What you can do is you can request for your statement from the broker. So you get your statement, you see the activities of trading that's going on in your account. Right? Yeah. Yeah. As a matter of fact, the one I just told him to go and check out, you will see that the total profit I made was 312% from last year January to December. 312.6%. Right? 15% is 180%. Are you aware? 15% every month for your account is 180%. That's 15 times 12. So, but what I have is 312, meaning that we make, it's not 312 all the time, so that you don't say we are taking all your money, right? It's not 312 all the time. Last year we had COVID, so the volatility was very high, right? So if you open a trade, you get a lot of profit because the market is really moving, okay? So, but we make a lot of money, usually, all right? And if you don't have an expectancy, you cannot render public service like this as a portfolio manager. Is that okay? So before you can have a system like this with the broker, we've had a roundtable meeting with the broker, and then the broker have seen the results before giving us the chance to provide this service. So we are not a broker, we are experts that render the trading service. And then you as investor will come in, and then we can provide that service for you. Yeah. Yes. We have never violated the 80%. As a matter of fact, I told you when we started that we have robots that control how much you lose. We do not use robots to trade. Because, I always say, if actually robots bring money as people will always say they do, banks will go for robots. Is it not? Because they can afford any kind of robot. Okay, but they use humans. The best robots we make are for risk management. You have a robot that stops you. The robot takes care of your disciplined attitude. You don't need to be disciplined. You just need to recognize your setup and execute it. The robot will take care of the risk management. The robot will take care of the profit taking. So that you don't open a trade and then the trade starts to give you maybe small money and then you quickly cut it off. Right? Okay, guys. So that's by the way. Okay? Those of you who might be interested, it's very easy. It's either you go to City Forex Pro, or I think if you want to get the 23%, you have to register over the counter by filling the form. Okay, but then you can usually sign up with City Forex from the website, cityforexpro.com. Okay? So, but if you want more details, you can still do that on the front desk. Now, where do you begin from? Where do you start from? You're interested and you want to start. How do you start? That's why I have this, okay? Usually the people where you can get this trading from is the CBN. Okay, so if you want to buy gold, and all these currencies and the rest, it's usually done with the CBN. But we usually don't have enough money to trade directly with the CBN. Is that okay? We don't have enough money to, you can't go to CBN and say you want to buy $100 worth of anything. Is that right? You can't. So you need a middleman. Abi? That middleman is your broker. Is that okay? So a broker is like a normal bank, like GT Bank, and Access Bank, Zenith Bank. The only difference is that brokers don't have structures like this around the street. But they are there on your phone. If you look at your Google ads and all those things, you try to watch a video on YouTube, you see a broker's ad. Is it not? Those ones will go to your phone because everything they do is electronic. They don't need to share flyer for you or have branches all over the street. So all you need is a brokerage account. A broker is as good as a bank, a normal local bank. If you want to create a brokerage account, you need to get your valid ID card. Just the same way you do with a bank. Right? You need proof of residence for some of them. You need proof of residence. It's called KYC, know your customer. You cannot withdraw money from a brokerage account if you have not verified your account. You can trade, no problem, but if you want to withdraw, you need to verify the account first. Because they have to be, they're like a normal bank, so they have to, you need to identify with them. You understand? Yes. Yeah, we have a lot of brokers. There's IC Markets, there's EverTrade. There's EverTrade, IC Markets. These ones are very good. Then locally you have FXTM. There are many of them, Hot Forex, Hantech Globals. There are many. There are so many. It's like the way you have banks scattered around. First Bank, Zenith Bank, UBA, all of them. Well, look, what a broker is a middleman. Those of you who don't understand yet. A broker is just a middleman, that's all. See, let's say that you have, a broker is an agent. If you want to sell something, you have a property or something you want to sell, you cannot go out. We trade only major and minor pairs. Exactly. Depending on where we find the setup. But which market, if there's a specific market we trade for investors. So I'm just answering that. Don't worry, by next week when we have the workshop, I will introduce you to all those details. Okay, so you can, we find your setups. Yes, that's during the workshop. Yes, it's going to be part of the entire program. Yes, next week. Because it's not enough for you to just take a strategy and go home. You throw your money away if you don't have the right mindset. Okay, so I will work on all of that. I will. Alright, and usually just 3 days is not enough. I hope you are aware. It's not enough. So you might want to consider taking a trading course. Okay? We're already teaching them now. It's usually 3 months. Okay, we started last month. So we've had about 8 days of class. 10 days. We've had 10 days of classes. We're going to 36 days of classes. Alright, so usually after these 36 days, you will know your expectancy. You know how much you can generate from the Forex market every month. So if I give you capital, you know how much you will make even before the month ends. You can project 50, 20, 30 years of profit. You know how much you can make with the current strategy you are using. So that's what you will develop in these 36 days. Yeah. The brokerage account has the ability to appreciate or depreciate. Do you understand the difference now? That's the only difference. If you see a local bank, that's a broker. You understand me now? So that's what it is. Okay? So you need a broker, and then the broker will allow you to, assess the CBN. Okay? So I think that's the basic thing I need you to understand. By next week, we're going to get you, I'm going to sign you up on a brokerage account. Is that okay? We're going to start with not a normal local broker. All right? You can put in some money if you want, and then you start testing it. Yeah, if you have a broker already, no need now. You count very fast. Okay, so there are a lot of factors. So there are some recommendations I'll give to you. As a matter of fact, I'm going to send the link to the brokerage accounts to our Telegram group. Okay, so those of you who are not on our Telegram group, just join the City Forex Trading Institute. Search for it on Telegram. Okay, so City Forex Trading Institute. Join right there. The links will be there for you to select the broker, sign up. I've got this PDF where I screenshot, my phone as I show you step by step how to create the account. So we're going to add that PDF to the group as well. Okay, so join it. If you can sign up by yourself, do it before next week so that when we come by next week, we will just go straight without wasting time to get you signed up. Then when you come into the indicators, you are looking at what? Manufacturing. Is there manufacturing going on in this country? Why will the currency increase if you don't manufacture? It's impossible. Even when you close the border and say don't bring in rice, you're not even doing the rice very well. Are you hearing me? Why can't you do it on an industrial scale? So, just a tip. I don't keep my money in Naira. It's easy. Get a dollar account and keep your money there. Yes. When I was small, in school, if my money gets to 21,000 naira, I will go and buy $100. Paper $100 physical from the allergy and keep it in my wardrobe. It's a mindset. Do you know that if you have a million naira, in the next 10 years, you can't buy what it will buy today? Are you aware? But if you are keeping it in dollar, it will be easier for you or better for you. Because they have a stable economy. Are you hearing what I'm saying now? Why do we do Forex? You take away your source of income from being bound by the economy of this country. If you earn $10, you earn any small amount in dollar, you are better than somebody that makes millions in this country. Look at Ghana. Ghana is approaching $1. Are you aware? They are around 60 now. Nigeria started from, I think, around 100 or thereabouts. 120, 180, before we know 2. And then your ability to trade and generate returns makes it even a better asset. Is it not? That with little money you can grow very fast. Right? Now, if you are able to supply a profit of 120% in a year to your $10 for 5 years, you will have in your brokerage account, you're going to have $16,000. Do you understand the math now? Do you see that you need time to make money? The money itself is not big. It's $10. $10 is around 4K. So at the end of the month, you just remove 4,000 naira and deposit in the brokerage account. It's very simple. Just use your card and fund the account. So you remove $10 from your card. It will be added to your account. And then you keep trading throughout the course of the month. Is it not? Do it like that every month for 5 years. You're going to have $16,000. And as a matter of fact, unless Nigeria gets better, 16,000 will be better than what it is today in 5 years. Is it not? I have some China friends, friends that go to China to buy these things. They can't go again because over the course of COVID, that the border was closed. In fact, the border is still closed. Nigerians are not allowed to go to China now. But over this period, many of them, because of the exchange difference, can't go back again. Are you aware? The only people that are lucky are the people that kept their money as dollar. Do you get what I'm saying now? Only the people that have their money sitting in their account as dollar account. As a dollar, if you have $10,000, it remains $10,000. So you got to understand that part. It's important. Alright, I'm not going to waste time on this slide. Ways to make money. Okay, you can do what I'm doing. Teach people. Alright, I have materials on different platforms that when people buy them or select them, they fetch me money constantly. Okay? You can invest. Even if you don't know how to trade by yourself. There are some people that have been trading with us for over 3 years. And then they've been getting their money from us. Right? Okay, so there are many ways. And then I've told you that there are safe ways of actually investing. There are safe ways. Don't just blindly invest your money. Instead, it's better that you give to people. Right? And then you make money. It's going to be like an oil well for you. It stays there forever. All you just need to do is to sit down and code it. Or write the PDF. Or design the strategy. People will keep installing. And then when they use it, they pay you. That's how to make money. So it's not just the trading aspect you can make money from. If you want to go into this and be versatile, you need to, learn all these other angles you can generate money from. There's something called copy trading. It's called social trading. When you have learned how to trade as a Forex trader and you can make, let's say, 20%, do you know that you can register on social networks where they will give you a profit share from the money that the customer invested? Let's say you are trading and I see your performance, you make 20% constantly. Do you know that I can give you 1 million naira? By the end of the month, the broker will now give you maybe 25% of the profit you make for me. Do you understand? And that's what I was describing for you. When I give you that 1 million naira, do you know what I will do? I will protect some part of it. Just in case you go crazy and you start to have losses. You understand my point now? So that's the protection that CD Forex does. So we put a protection on your capital. Right, so when investors see your performance on these social platforms, there are many of them: eToro, OptaFX, DupliTrade, AvaTrade, CTrader, ZuluTrade. All these platforms allows you to, they allow people to see your trading performance and then give you money to trade for them. It's transparent. With stop loss. No, stop loss has to do with your individual trade. So that if anything goes wrong, we don't violate more than 80. So it's not the same as stop loss. By next week, you'll get it clearly. Yes. It depends on your system. It depends on your win rate. It depends on your risk to reward. It depends on how you trade. I make much more than 20% every month, right? But it depends on you. Okay, I am more bothered about capital preservation than about making profits, because usually, if you trade well, the profits are generated automatically. It's a cause and effect thing. If you do the right thing when you trade, every trade have an outcome. So you don't care about the outcome. As long as you're trading right, the outcome will eventually work out correctly for you. So your 20% might be 20, it might be below, it might be more than it. My processing speed is not the same as yours. My ability to manage is not the same as yours. So everybody is individual. So, but we are saying this is what is feasible, so that you don't run at a loss. What is feasible? Yeah. At the beginning of the month, there is something we do with the bank where we look at some instruments. If you are a professional in gold, you will do the risk analysis on gold with the bank. So the bank will know if for that month they are going to invest in gold or not. So they pay you for that analysis. Yes. So there are different dimensions to it, yes, there. With what? Research and development. Yeah, if you're into research and development, you are adopt TA in trading the Forex market. Can we also adopt that in trading cryptocurrency? The answer is yes. Okay, the only thing is that the strategy you are adopting on currencies might not be exactly feasible for you to do that on crypto. In Forex, we do not pay attention to volume. But if you trade crypto, you have to pay attention to volume. Do you understand what I just said? You might not understand, it's okay. Okay, but it's not entirely the same. But both are TA. They are technical analysis. So you can. If you have a sound knowledge of Forex and technical analysis, once you open a cryptocurrency chart like BTC or Ethereum or anyone, you know what to do, usually. Or better still, why they are not consistent is that one, they lack education. Inadequate education. You need to be properly grounded. Know it first. Right? Our beliefs. Many of us have biases. You have been to 1,001 seminars, and there is a bias in your head that you should say this thing will work and all of that. You have your personal beliefs, and then all of these things come and then they counter you, and they stop you from actually making money. Some of you are Christians, and then you think that it's not right for you to make money in the financial market. This is what the scripture says in Ecclesiastes. It says that in here is that you should do what? You should do Forex. So if you're a spiritual person and you think that we're making too much money, the Bible tells you to do Forex. Alright, it says one of these days you will make a profit. Is that okay? One of these days you make a profit. You do not know when the bad times will come. That's the essence of putting small somewhere. Small. You don't know when it will come. And then this is Lamido Sanusi, former CBN governor, right? Yes. He says, or governor of CBN tells you that he makes money from Forex. You better believe that their country, the Syrians, he says that they hid in the rocks. And then they stayed there for many days, and they were so famished and hungry. They now say, even if we stay here and continue to stay here, we will die, is it not? Is it not? It's better we start because of the liquidity. You make money. Yeah. Well, okay. It passes through a lot of process. Are you aware? We have stamped that this person legitimately is a thief. That's the only reason. Nigerians don't know anything. You cannot close so if we are paying you, we pay you every month, why would they come and close the company? Are you hearing me? Why would they come and close the company? Nobody closes anybody's company. Take it from me. And then quote me anywhere. All the guys who said they closed because CBN closed them or SEC closed them, they were not Forex traders. They might have a good payment structure, but they were not Forex traders. As you are seated here now, if you qualify and become good traders, you will see yourself trading for City Forex. You won't find that anywhere in this country. As a matter of fact, it is only City Forex that uses a tripartite system. City Forex never has any dime in any bank that is local. The only time money touches or hits a local bank account is during the payment window, when we withdraw your ROI, and then we disburse from local banks. Capital don't sit in the account. How can you be an investment company and they give you capital and you put it in the local account? How are you trading it? Are you not hearing me? They are not doing the right thing. It's a prop firm. They give you trading capital. So if you are a good trader, they can give you pay a subscription fee. Just the same way you pay for DSTV and you're granted access. It depends. They are the ones that will allow you to pay for the capital, and then you have the money outrightly. And then there are some that you have to pass through some form of challenge before you now have the money and make profit from it. But whichever way, if you're a good trader, that option is better than putting your own personal money in the line, especially if it's not much. Let me show you what I mean. If you want to get a $10,000 account with FTMO, for example, $10,000 account with FTMO, this is what you get, right? You need around $200 to get a $10,000 account, right? So it's usually $175, okay, or $180 something, depending on the exchange rate of euro. Now, if you have this money and you put this money in your personal brokerage account and trade it and make 20%, how much do you make? You make $40, is it not? Do you understand me? If you make 20% of this money, 20% is about $40. Is that okay? So, but instead of $40 is small now, is it not? Well, we're talking about professional trading, right? We're talking about something that can really take care of your needs. $40 is quite small. This is less than 20,000 naira. Am I right? Yeah. So it's small. In a month. In this country, except you are sending the money to somebody in maybe Benin Republic or in Cotonou. Even in Cotonou, things are expensive still. Or maybe in your village. But if you want to stay in this town, you spend 10,000 naira in one day. Alright. So instead of actually trading with this money, you give it to a prop firm, like these guys, FTMO, right? What FTMO will do is they will now give you $10,000. But FTMO look for good traders. So they give you $10,000. You are paying this $200 because you know you can trade. Now, after the challenge and all those processes, which I'm not going to explain now, if you make any profit, they share it with you 70-30. Do you understand that? If you make profit on this, they share it 70-30. You get 70 and FTMO gets 30. So if you make 10%, if you make 10%, 10% is how much? $1,000, Abi? 10% of 1,000. If what you made is 10%, 10% will give you $1,000. Now, at the end of that month, they will quickly deduct $300, and then $700 is withdrawable. So you withdraw, and then you get $700. Is this not better? You know how much $700 is? It's over 300,000. And then you can get that every month. If you make better than this, you make maybe 20% profit every month. You cash out every month. Of course, there are other conditions. These people are prop firms. They are institutional traders. There's a limit. You cannot lose more than 5% in a day. And cumulatively, you cannot lose more than 10%. You cannot have multiple accounts because they verify your identity. But if you get better, they increase the capital that they are giving to you. Meaning, if you are doing well, they give you more money to trade for them. So there are rules to all of that. There are other rules. You don't trade the news. News trading is for gamblers. Once the news is discounted, they take a trade. So that if they are lucky, the trade might go in their favor. So it's not for professional traders. So those prop firms do not allow you to trade news. How about what? Our own is very simple. If you are already a good trader, or you know any good trader, let them submit a 6 months track record to either City Forex's mail or to my mail, right? And then they will come around for an interview. They can trade for us. They get $10,000, right? No subscription fee. Okay, you trade $10,000. Is that okay? Yes. Yeah, that's right. But you just answered like a regular businessman that is outside, right? If I ask any of my students now why Forex traders actually make money, that's what makes us make money. Risk to reward and win rate. Win rate and risk to reward. Do you remember that thing I told you about adding weight to one side of the coin? Yes, that's what makes us make money. So that's the strategy I'm going to give to you. And it adds weight to one side of your coin so that over time you make money. So you will keep buying. The example we said gold. You will buy more of the things that will rise. So at the end of the month, you would have made some profit. There's a lot to it. We will talk about all of that. But really, they make money. If you don't believe that they make money, come and watch me trade for maybe 1 week. Just come down and watch me trade for 1 week. If you look at me trading and you are still not sure that they make money, I'll show you my statement, my brokerage history for the past 12 months. Or for the past 36 months, if you like. Manage money and then give you return. So we have an investment scheme, and then we also have a funding scheme. And then we teach. We teach. And we teach you valuable things. There are a lot of people who tell you they will teach you. You go there, you will not be able to learn and make money. I know what I'm saying. Yes. When I teach you, you can never remain the same. For real. Even as I speak now, just 3 hours of contact with me, I'm sure that you have a paradigm shift. Ways to earn without first following the actual process of learning. You can't bypass it. If you bypass it, you will lose your capital. Your broker is going to tell you that your manager is so and so person. And then your broker is going to tell you what he does, how much protection he has. Because you're going to see it on the mail. You see that it's 80%. Right? So that's what we do. And then we start to manage this thing and then trade it here. So that by the end of the month, we have generated some returns. And then that is automatically sent to you by the end of the month. Am I right? By the end of every month, usually. Yeah. You use 0.5 for some time so that you get some buffer. That is, on the capital, there will be some profit. You can now start to increase your risk per trade. So that even if you have a loss, you are not violating the capital anymore. You now have buffer. And then you run that way throughout the course of the month. Capital preservation is key. You can't even trade for the bank if you don't have good capital preservation skills, really. So we don't go anywhere close to it at all. Yeah, and then we have robots that control it. The worst that can happen is that we get halted at 8%. That's the worst that can happen because that's the way the algos are designed. So when we trade, we don't go. We use 0 point. I use 0.75 per trade. That's my habit. So, but if I see that trade in the dream, the maximum I can use is 1%. If maybe my grandmother wakes up from the dead and says, buy euro, I can't use more than 1%. Yeah. You can get. Okay, so if you allow it to compound, this line, right? That's a simple strategy. So each time you are buying with 50,000. For example, that's if you have a $1 million. That's a lot actually. But I'm just using it as an analogy. So if you decide to reach 2% of your account size, anytime you see your setup, you buy. If you reach 2%, when you get, let's say 2% of your money is $20, you have $1,000. 2% of your money is $20. Each time you get your setup, you buy. You make 2 times the profit, you close. Is that okay? That's you get $40, you close it. You will now have $1,040 in your account, is it not? Yes. You get the setup again. Each time it comes down, you buy. And then when it goes to 2 times the profit, you close. Is it not? Yes. And then I want to let you know again, there's something we call margin. That $20 that you put in that trade is gone. Are you aware? Do you understand what I just said? The $20 is called a margin. It's a faith deposit. It's a collateral. That's why it need not be big. It has to be small. Anything you put in your stop loss, consider it gone. Consider it a seed you have sown to your pastor. Do you understand what I just said? You can't go back to your pastor to say, give me that seed. So, because a lot of traders don't accept their risk. If you read Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas, you see that the greatest skill that any trader can go for is the ability to accept the risk. If $20 is too much for you to accept as lost every time, then reduce it. Accepting your risks is key. And that's the only way you can survive in this market. You cannot control how much the market gives to you. All you can control is how much you give to the market. The only thing you can control is how much you lose. You cannot control how much you make. If you give the market a little every time, over time, if you have a good win rate and risk to reward, you will make money. And you will make a good percentage. It's gamblers that will go in and go in big and hope that it will work out well. This information is too. You understand? So there are many things that come together to make it work. Yes. Don't worry about what you call it. By next week, I'll give you something that you can use or once a week, or twice a week. And then you need to learn. You need to learn how to place a trade. You need to calculate your risks. You need to know technical analysis and then trading psychology. And then you need to create an objective plan. You can't go to the bank to borrow money if you don't have a plan. You need a plan that will take you into the market and out of the market. You need a plan. All right? You need to practice and backtest your plan. On TradingView, there is a feature that allows you to rewind and backtest your strategy in real time. So when you replay it, you press play. The candle starts to form in front of you. So you can test your strategy to see what win rate you have. Then you need to define your edge. Right? That weight on your coin has to be defined. All right? When you have done this, and then this comes from your win rate and risk to reward. And then when you have done this, you focus on perfect execution of that thing you trust. You want to execute it correctly every time. When that is taken care of, all that is left for you to do is to get a trading capital and start to cash out. That's all. These steps, you follow them, the sky is your limit as a trader. So this is usually what the CD Forex trading course would help you do. It's going to help you to generate your edge so that you know your expectancy. All right, and then you can seek capital and trade from there. Right? These are some trading advice. We're coming close to the end. All right, so do not panic when you take orders. Don't use that. It's just like a businessman. If you want to do a business transaction, most times he uses a calculator. All right? You need a calculator. That's why I told you to download that calculator. You need a calculator that will tell you that this trade you are taking is worth $20. You get that point? So I'll teach you how to use it. To make sure when you take any trade, you don't lose more than the amount you want to lose. All right? You need a plan. You need to be disciplined as a trader. Follow your setup rules. All right? And then you got to know that the Forex market is neutral. The market does not know whether you are making money or losing money. Are you aware? Because some traders think that the market is hunting them. Market is not aware whether you are making money or losing money. All right? So it continues to move. If you are making money, it's your luck. If you are losing money, it's your luck. Trader A can be in profit, trader B will be in loss, depending on what decision they took. So the market is not after you. Not after anybody, really.
Yeah, I told you guys, excuse me please, thank you. Just 5 minutes to leave here. All right? I told you he's small but mighty. He's so good. He has been my teacher from university level. Yes. When he was doing tutorial, I joined his tutorial and that is it. So he's a very strong man. All right. Okay, don't forget, today, if you're investing with us today, you stand a chance of getting 23%. Normally, it's 15%. That's the form here. That's this month. After which you go back to 15% for everybody. Right? So if you need the form, you want to invest, you go to the office, right? And if you're filling the form, it means you're investing now. You don't go home with the form and bring it back the next day. All right. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Uchenna Koji. This seminar, personally, I want to say it's a wonderful one for me. City Forex, I give you, I doff my cap for you because I've been attending seminars and this one is exceptionally very fantastic. Very, very fantastic. Let us put our hands together for them. There are just very few companies that will invite people for a seminar like this and take care of you the way they do. And, and the PIP surgeon, the man that just finished taking care of us now, is a wonderful tutor. I believe that if we continue with them, just as he said, the sky will be our limit. Thank you very much.
I don't have much to say already, but you have already ended everything. I just want to say thank you for CTFS. We all have been hearing of it, and it is something that is new. Forex is a very large market. I will be hearing about it, forex, foreign, every day. We'll be hearing about it, just like today. Though I couldn't meet up to the seminar, but for the few time, some minutes, or should I say an hour, I stay with him. I learn a lot of things, and I'm glad that everybody that came here are not living with it and without grabbing anything else. So I want to say a very big thank you. I appreciate for everything you did today, and I'm sure that with this we are going further. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. This is my very first time of coming here. Well, this is not my first time of attending a Forex training. The first one I attended is not as simplified as this. I was only seeing the guy as a big boy who is just showing off his achievements. Thank you for the word. So he's just showing us his achievements, the kind of cars he has bought, the countries he has traveled to, and I was looking at his shoes. Obviously, it's so expensive, and it's obvious he's rich because it will tell in his skin. And the way he talks, he speaks 1-1. No, he speaks as Mr. President, and he doesn't speak he doesn't repeat a word twice or a sentence twice. He perfectly constructs his statements and sentences, and that's how he explained. By the end of the day, okay, I was inspired, but I got home, I went back home. Okay, I have to go and start cracking my brain how to get the amount of money he's asking me to bring. 45 grand.
53627950. No. 08078212645. 09078894090. 07067796602. 08033214781. 08130880429. Obiaro. Okay. 08107275672. 09074792260. 09033707962. 08185785159. Thank you. Emmanuel Abamilo. Okay. Thank you for coming. Yes. Yeah. Vincent Chidera. Thank you. What's this?
Olufemi Oladosu.
Thank you for coming, sir. Daniel Effiong. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Alao Quadri.
Thank you for coming. Ayodeji. Thank you for coming. Oluwadele. Thanks for coming. Obinna. Thank you for coming. I have the last two standing. So, I don't know. Let me see how it all happen. I beg, if this your name, it's not my fault, so don't blame me. Don't blame me. Oh. Adeyemi Hossein. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Oh. All right, the last but not the least. Congratulations, Mr. Dike Chibueze. 43. Congrats.
Now you come back now.
Congrats. Since it happened yesterday, the last person yesterday.
The last one said, okay. Like him like.
Yeah, congrats.
Forex for being. Actually, I've been with them since their second seminar, and it was really a great one because ever since then, I've seen changes. Even in my trading career, there have been changes in it, and I do come once in a while if I have issues to meet them, and they put me through. And I want to tell you guys, after the strategy, which we will learn from the seminar, anyone who don't understand, we are free to come around. At least we'll meet one of them here. They'll put us through. Tell us what to do and what not to do. And I think with that, we'll go far. And thank God for me, I've been going far. Because with the seminar and the class that has been going on, we've been learning a lot and a lot and a lot. So I want to say again, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr.